All right, now where do you go from here? I'm gonna start by drawing a room. I'm gonna be inside of a room on this one, and I'm gonna start by I'll do it in the ink, and then I'm gonna come with the erasable ink, and then I'm gonna come back. So I'm gonna the walls. There's 6 walls around me in this simple room that I'm gonna draw to start with, and I'm gonna start with the erasable ink. And remember, this is aiming over toward this point, but it's also aiming toward this point. This line is aiming up toward this point, but it's also aiming down here. If you had a full grid on there, you'd just follow the grid and you'd find these lines. And maybe even to start with, that's not such a bad idea. But there would be the first wall in a room that you're looking in at. And so there's walls, there's a floor down here, a ceiling here, and 2 walls on the side. So in the end, this is kind of a long ways off, so that's why it's a little smaller. It doesn't have to be in the center at all. The vanishing points have to do with you rather than the subject matter. You always carry 6 points as far as cubical space goes, 6 points around your head. And these points are actually where your eye is located in relationship to that plane that you're looking at. You can either be looking at it or making it up out of your head. I'm going to just make this up out of my head, but a lot of my pieces are coming. Now I'm aiming toward this point and I'm projecting out. And if you think about it, it's still going all the way around, and it's going over to this opposite side. Okay? And so all of every line has to project 2 directions. And what it does is it, like I said, it breaks the ball exactly in half. Every line divides the ball in half. Okay, so let's come off of here. Like so. Now you can see you've got the floor, ceiling, because this is the top of the ball. So this is the ceiling, wall, and another wall. But these haven't come to an end yet. Now, as these come around, they have to go by the vanishing point before you can stop it. The logic of this is your eye, and you have to be inside the cube. It's kind of hard to explain, but you have to be inside the cube before it can run by you. Okay, so I'm going to just cut it off randomly right here. When I cut it off, see, it's aiming toward this point and it's aiming toward that point. And then this is going to shoot off, aiming toward this point, just like this line. These 2 lines are parallel to each other, this one and the one I'm about to draw. And the rule is all parallel lines go to the same vanishing point. In this case, points with an S. All right, so this is aiming over here. And if you use the tape, you see, you would actually put the tape on this vanishing point, stretch it across over to this vanishing point, and then just draw that line. That would be a really accurate way to do it. I'm kind of freelancing this because it's a little smaller sphere. And it usually doesn't overly show up when it's smaller. Okay, and then we got to come off of this wall. Now this is the ceiling that I'm drawing right now. Okay, that's the ceiling, but we have to finish off the corners. This corner has to aim up. This is an up and down line like a cube would have, aiming toward the top of the ball, and it projects down. And when this is a given corner you've already drawn, so it has to project from that off toward the opposite side, and then where these 2 run into each other, that's the 3rd line. I can see I should have been a little bit straighter here. I'm going to shift this over a little bit like this, and shift this down just a little bit here. Because this should fit across here. So if I were doing it really accurate when I do it in my normal, that would be right through there. So I'm going to erase just a little bit here, and I think we'll get it straightened around. Alright, so we've got, there's the top of it. We've got the one wall here. Okay, we got another. Well, I'm gonna erase the lines that so we don't get too confused here. Erase some of these lines so we can really see what we're dealing with. Okay, now what I've done is I've erased all of the pen that could be erasable and straightened it up just a little bit. So I now have a room with the ceiling up here. We'll say that's the north and the south walls, and the east and the west walls, and the floor down below. So everything is finished off that way. Now, what you do, and you remember, you have to think of this as coming out around you. So you're looking at a convex surface, but you're thinking of it as concave when you're drawing on it. So that just kind of helps you. And then every time you draw a line, remember that it has to project to two poles, two opposite poles. And if you look at the lines that are already there, it really helps make it make sense.